Episode 25 Opening Narration. Last time, the truth surfaced. At the National Forensic Service, the bite marks matched perfectly. Kim Bom-jun, Jang Jin-woo, Yoon Kyung. 3 victims, 1 killer. Blood type B, deformed teeth. A horizontal forehead wrinkle. Hyena's profile was complete. And another truth emerged. Sang-wook's shocking confession. My father was a North Korean spy. On Gangwon Island, he trains pit bull terriers in isolation. I'll tear it all apart. This damn world. But the truth doesn't end there. Tonight, a new threat reveals itself. NIS Cryptanalysis Office. A painting file sent from Japan by Hooksa. Claude Monet's Field of Poppies. But this is no ordinary painting. Steganography. A coded directive hidden within the image. And in Dandong, a black operative begins to move. Intelligence suggests a high-ranking official from the Workers' Party Operations Department is coming. Secret deals. Dangerous games. Crime boss Malko recruits a hotel manager. The net tightens. The shadows deepen. This is K-Spy Thriller. Welcome to episode 25, Steganography hidden in Monet's masterpiece. The NIS Cryptanalysis Room. Displayed on the screen was Park Tae-suk's image file. It was Dream of Poppies by the Impressionist painter Claude Monet. The very painting Black Snake had said he would send from Japan. Inside the cryptanalysis room, staff members moved busily. Team leader Yoon Jun-tae, who had tailed and surveilled Park Tae-suk during his business trip to Japan, explained. That painting is Dream of Poppies by the Impressionist painter Claude Monet. Wait. Rotate the screen. They examined it closely, but it looked like nothing more than an ordinary painting. No matter how they tried to open or analyze it. There was simply nothing to extract. Everyone tilted their heads in confusion. But then one strange detail stood out. Could this be steganography? Director Cho asked, staring intently at the painting. Steganography. A Greek-derived term meaning hidden writing. It is a new form of spy communication that hides information inside. Commonly encountered JPEG image files. A method of embedding secret messages inside images, video clips, or text files. Osama bin Laden used it when orchestrating the 9/11 attacks. Issuing commands to scattered operatives. Al-Qaeda operatives used it to send instructions to hijack airplanes. They hid messages inside the Mona Lisa image, or embedded them within adult pornographic photos or videos before sending them. It was an advanced technique that completely deceived the eyes and ears of intelligence and investigative agencies. However, while hidden messages could be revealed using specific software or encryption keys, without the proper decryption program, there was no way to detect them. They would simply pass unnoticed. Yes, it's a new form of spy communication, where encrypted data is secretly embedded into image or MP3 files. What's different about this image compared to others? When we compare two identical images, this one has a file size more than 10 times larger. More than 10 times? Yes. The image on the left is a normal file. The one on the right contains steganography. Oh right. The file size difference is obvious. Yes. Ordinary people would never notice. If the data size increased that much, then something must be hidden inside. Yes. We believe Black Snake embedded an instruction message. Technology has advanced tremendously. Yes. Their spy techniques go far beyond imagination. In the past, most instructions came through North Korean broadcasts. This is a new method. So how do we crack it? Do you have a plan? We're currently approaching it from multiple angles to locate the encryption program. How long do I have to wait? Do I need to personally crack the code myself? Director, no, that's not. Which department is Black Snake affiliated with? He belongs to the operations department. Team leader Kong Dae-bom stepped in to explain. Black Snake was part of the operations department? Yes. Then shouldn't our top priority be finding the encryption documents and codes used by the operations department? That's correct. We're already proceeding that way. How are you planning to find the common denominator? We're continuously searching. Securing the code is critical. Yes. We're aware. The operations department has codes used exclusively by its members. Yes. That's why we're focusing on that as the key point. Director Cho, a veteran hardened by years in counterintelligence, spoke with seasoned authority. A moment ago, we received intelligence from Black near Dandong. From Black? Yes. An agent operating in the North Korean border region. Who is Black? Black -8. The agent who eliminated the former state security ministry. Pastor couple who had been reporting defectors to North Korea after helping defectors escape through Southeast Asia earlier this year. Is that so? That's promising. What's the intel? There's intelligence that a high-ranking official from the Workers' Party Operations Department will arrive in Dandong next week. Really? We're currently verifying the credibility, schedule, and movement routes from multiple angles. Good work. If they arrive, they'll probably stay at a hotel in Dandong, right? Yes. According to current intel, North Korean personnel are conducting advance reconnaissance of the Dandong Hotel. So nothing is confirmed yet. It's still preliminary intelligence, but we're continuing to verify. Intelligence is just intelligence. Never take it at face value. Yes. We're double and triple checking through our cooperative networks. Tell everyone to trust no one. I'll relay that. If Black gets caught up, his identity could be exposed. It would be dangerous. We'll caution him as well. Don't deploy our agents recklessly. We plan to rely strictly on local networks. Keep in mind the possibility of diplomatic friction with China. Understood. Prepare for all contingencies. We'll make sure there are no traces left. Good. And when you tighten the leash, make sure they can't even scream. Yes. Black is already moving in that direction. Contact Black. Tell him to check carefully to avoid diplomatic issues with China. Yes. Understood. Black agents. Agents who carry out missions while concealing their identities. True operatives who risk their lives for the organization. If they are captured or killed, intelligence agencies and their governments will deny their very existence. Every country operates the same way. Unless there's a back-channel deal, or a prisoner exchange involving captured spies, which could allow them to be reused in another role. Around the Dandong Hotel, a gentleman in a dark navy suit walked cautiously, scanning his surroundings. He was a National Intelligence Service Black agent, officially registered as an employee of Haicheng Trading, a black agent operating under a false identity. Haicheng Trading was a small company in China that primarily manufactured leather jackets. A quiet, upscale cafe in Dandong. Malko entered quietly, a mid-level boss in the underworld, who had been expanding his influence around Dandong. He was involved in various vested interests, and ran permanent gambling operations. A thug who inflated betting pools, skimmed profits, and lived off the proceeds. He spoke Korean fluently and had sharp business instincts. At times, he secretly assisted NIS agents in covert transactions, in exchange for large sums of money. At other times, he built relationships with high-ranking North Korean officials and ran confidential errands. He often acted as a double agent, moving between the South and the North to profit from both sides. A man holding a double-edged sword balance was essential for survival. Black met quietly with the ethnic Korean Chinese Malko. As soon as he sat down, Black casually handed Malko a sports bag. We usually maintain a smooth relationship over meals and drinks. But when it truly matters, he's someone you can hand a thick stack of cash to and use. Even while drinking tea, Black constantly checked his surroundings and spoke with extreme caution. Malko slightly opened the zipper of the bag. "Ah, this is quite a haul." It was stuffed full of cash. The black agent spoke with a serious expression. "As you know, absolutely no traces must be left behind. Have I done business just once or twice? You don't need to worry about that. I'm speaking very seriously right now. When have I ever caused trouble for your side? I've only helped. I'm not saying you caused trouble. This job is extremely important, so I'm emphasizing it again. You've helped my business a lot. I'll make sure this is handled cleanly. If you take care of this one properly, and if I do, I'll help make our boss's Mongolia business expansion succeed. Then I'll be dancing with joy. Once this is over, let's have a proper meal. That Korean chef who came last time, his rice was perfect, fluffy to the core." "You mean Gimme Sang-gung table?" "Yes. The owner's cooking is killer. And the way she looks in a hanbo is absolutely seductive. You've got a usable card, right?" At the mention of helping with the Mongolia business, Malko smiled faintly. A backroom deal if Malko handled this job well. Black would help secure the Mongolia project Malko coveted. With a confident smile, Malko replied, "Luckily, I do have a very usable card." "Really? You already found one?" "Heh. The moment I saw him, I got a signal this guy was worth using." Fast as always. In this world, you don't survive if you're slow. We're merchants. Original merchants who live off trust. Malko joked. "Enough. Stay sharp. We'll talk about that later." The black agent cut him off. He slowly made a gesture of zipping his mouth shut. Malko flinched slightly. He mirrored the gesture, zipping his mouth shut and nodding repeatedly. Malko quietly stood up, scanning the surroundings. A single memo slip was passed discreetly. Malko accepted it as if nothing had happened and slipped it away. Malko's business establishment. One of the organization's men sat near the entrance, biting his fingernails nervously. Other members monitored the sealed room through cameras, watching for any suspicious guests. Brilliant hands fanned out the Watu cards and began to deal them. Sharp eyes flashed as each player tried to read the opponent's cards. A seasoned hand dealt the cards with flawless precision. In that lightning-fast motion, a single Watu card slipped away unnoticed. The Dandong hotel manager examined his hand with anxious eyes. His fingers slowly flipped the cards over. He swallowed hard. Perhaps things weren't going his way today. His face showed growing irritation. As time passed, the manager lost a large sum at the gambling table and exploded in anger. "Hey, you sons of bitches, are you fixing the game? Or why the hell are my cards so fucked up?" As if suddenly remembering the money he'd lost. He fumed and violently overturned the Wa-2 table. The men gambling with him jumped to their feet in shock. At that moment, the enforcers came rushing in. Several men with vicious tattoos inked across their shoulders gathered instantly. One of them used a judo move to slam the manager into a corner. Then they beat him until he could barely stay conscious. The manager was covered in blood. He struggled desperately to turn the tables. But the enforcers pinned him down without mercy. One enforcer grabbed the manager by the head, shoved it between his thighs, and threatened him. "You bastard, should I kill you or let you live? Where the hell did you learn to act like that?" The manager groaned in pain. Lifting the manager's dress shirt, he clawed at the kidney area and snarled, "You wanna sell your organs? Or should I sell your wife instead?" He panted, trembling. "Oh? You piece of shit, should I just cut your fucking dick off right now?" He groaned under his breath. The manager, unable to move, sobbed helplessly. That was when Malko, the operator of the gambling den, appeared, calmly observing the scene. Wearing a black suit with a pipe clenched between his teeth, he watched quietly. With a flick of his chin, he gestured for the enforcers to let him go. They loosened their grip and stepped back. "Hey, you assholes, take it easy. How many times do I have to teach you? The customer is king. The customer is my family. You treat customers like royalty." "Sorry, boss. Didn't I tell you not to act recklessly in such a lovely, classy place of business? Sorry, hung." Malko spoke sternly, yet a bitter smile crossed his face. Pointing at the manager, he called out quietly, You who thought you were top class at the gambling table and dared to act up." The manager, lips split and face flushed red, looked up at the man who had just saved him. "Yeah, it's me. You look at me." A Dandong nightlife lounge. Malko sat drinking with the manager, flanked by hostess girls. "You girls, step outside for a moment." He waved them away with his hand. "Why'd you flip the gambling table? That's why you got beaten. That's a bad habit and I can't stand that either. I'm sorry. Earlier, breaking things like that is a really bad habit. Your hands could get broken real fast. I'll be careful from now on. Here, have a drink." Malko poured him a glass of liquor. The manager downed it in one gulp. "You owe me a lot of money." "I'm sorry. I'll pay it back, I swear. If you help me with one job, I can wipe all that debt clean." "You wanna try? Wipe it clean? What kind of job? What do you need me to do?" At the words debt forgiveness, the manager's eyes sparkled. Hong, just say the word. Anything. Anything? Yes, Hong. Run an errand for me. Do that, and we're even. You mean what you just said for real? Malko handed him a slip of paper. What have you lived your whole life getting fooled? You still don't trust my word? No, Hong. How could I not trust you? A valuable guest from North Korea will be coming next week. A big shot? There's big money involved, so keep your head straight and do it right. I'll make sure you get your cut. Yes. So it's forgiven, right? Once this is done, I don't owe you anything anymore? Yeah. Got it, you bastard. Yes, Hong. If you fail, you and I will have wires run through our noses and get shipped back north. You understand? No need to worry. There's a Persian saying, a bastard dog who knows gratitude is better than a man who doesn't. Don't repay kindness through your asshole. Got it? Yes. I understand. I'm not that kind of man. The manager nodded and stood up. Malko grinned, clearly satisfied. Anyway, you're quick to catch on. You and I have one thing in common. What's that? If there's money in it. We're the kind of men who'd sell our own parents and siblings. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Episode 25 ending narration. The truth hides within layers of encrypted code. Tonight, a discovery at the NIS cryptanalysis office. Claude Monet's Field of Poppies. A painting sent by Hoxa to Park Tae-sik in Japan. But this was no ordinary masterpiece. Steganography, from the Greek, meaning hidden writing. An advanced espionage technique that conceals secret messages within image files. The same method used by Osama bin Laden during the 9/11 attacks. The file size is 10 times larger than normal. Inside, Hoxa's directive lies encrypted. But without the specific decryption program, it cannot be opened. The operations department's code. The common denominator must be found. In Dandong, a black operative begins to move. Operating under a false identity, risking his life for the mission. Black Agent Number 8. He makes contact with Malko, a Korean-Chinese crime boss. A double agent who profits from both North and South. A dangerous man who wields a double-edged sword. A thick envelope of cash and a slip of paper are exchanged. At a gambling den, a hotel manager drowns in debt. Beaten and broken, he is recruited by Malko, with the promise of debt forgiveness. Next week, an important guest is coming from North Korea. A high-ranking official from the Workers' Party Operations Department. Intelligence suggests he's heading to Dandong. Who is he? Could it be Hoxa? Or someone even more powerful? If you fail, we'll both be sent north with wire through our noses. A covert operation has begun. But diplomatic friction with China, the risk of exposure, and unreliable collaborators, everything hangs by a thread. This is not just a spy thriller. This is a war fought in the shadows by those who risk everything. Beauty Spy War, a K-spy thriller based on Scorpio. A finalist of the second Proud Korean Screenplay Contest continues to unfold, one truth at a time. In episode 26, will the code be cracked? Will the Dandong operation succeed? And can Malko truly be trusted? If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and hit the like button. Your support keeps this story alive. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's hidden in the encrypted message? Who is the high-ranking official coming to Dandong? Can Malko be trusted? Thank you for listening. Stay with us, because the next truth will be even more dangerous. This has been Beauty Spy War. Until next time, stay vigilant. Welcome to episode 26 of Beauty Spy War. In episode 25, the NIS cryptanalysis team discovered steganography hidden in Park Tasek's image file, Claude Monet's dream of Poppies sent from Japan. The file, 10 times larger than normal, concealed Black Snake's encrypted directive. Meanwhile in Dandong, a black agent contacted Malko, an ethnic Korean crime boss. Malko recruited the Dandong hotel manager through gambling, violence and debt forgiveness. Intelligence suggested a high-ranking North Korean official would arrive in Dandong next week. A covert operation had begun. And today, episode 26. Eldorado, the second-ranked gaming company, is collapsing under relentless attacks from Blue Chip, the industry leader. Chairman Park Tae-sik makes his final move, traveling to Dandong to meet a legend in the hacker world. Black Assassin, an elite hacker from North Korea's Political Bureau Unit 121. Through Malko's mediation, a dangerous deal is struck. Cash changes hands. The blade of revenge is sharpened. A hacking attack on Blue Chip begins, and the NIS deploys its agents. Who is Black Assassin? What is his connection to Black Snake? The net tightens. The war escalates. Episode 26. The Black Assassin, a North Korean hacker, enters the money game. Starting now. Gangnam, Seoul. Strategic Planning Division of Eldorado. The second largest company in the gaming industry. It was past 10 p.m. Inside the conference room. Only the fluorescent lights flickered sharply in the silence. 40% of our active users have moved to the company next door. The head of strategic planning spoke with a hardened expression. Our new release, Blood Tank, has been pushed aside. Even YouTube ratings have been overtaken. This isn't normal competition. The chairman's personal secretary lifted his head. I'll report this to the chairman. He's been saying for a while now that we need a way to flip the entire board. A brief silence followed. Then one employee spoke cautiously. A DDoS attack. If their servers go down, users will come back to us. Even if it's temporary, we can recover tens of millions in revenue. Technically, it's possible. The strategic planning director's eyes sharpened. Do we have the right people? Not domestically. But last month, during a meeting in Shenyang, I made contact with a Chinese broker who works with North Korean hacker groups. Get in touch with them. The chairman will go in personally. The secretary immediately called Chairman Park Tae-sik. Chairman, it's another hacking incident. The system has been paralyzed. You've got to be kidding me. Those bastards are acting up again? Are they really asking for an all-out fight? There's no other serious competitor in this field. I heard they hired a hacker. Kong Ho ran the one who made the news. That guy's been going in and out of their place. Then we can't just sit back. Fine. Contact Dandong. You know, the one they call the Black Assassin. A legend in the hacker world. Yes. I'll verify through the Dandong route. Good. Let's hit back. Prepare cache. Make sure it can't be traced. Near Dandong, inside Malko's office. A broker who moved freely between north and south. He was skilled at playing the double agent game. A master of walking a tightrope. Neither fully on one side nor the other. A man with a razor-sharp, calculating mind. If money was involved, he'd sell even his soul without hesitation. Still, when it came to trust, he'd sometimes fight tooth and nail to defend it. For men like him, the best way to use them was to stroke their egos slowly. Tickle their pride just enough to keep them moving where you wanted. To survive as a mid-level boss in the underworld around Dandong, you had to bear at least one shoulder. Stink or no stink, if there was profit, he wouldn't shy away from a fight. Rumor had it that when Chinese public security officers or foreign intelligence agents arrived, carrying duffel bags of cash, he'd quietly take care of dangerous jobs without leaving a trace. They called him not a red fox, but an old fox. Standing in front of a mirror, Malko plucked out a few unsightly gray hairs. Pluck. Then trimmed his nose hair with small scissors. He blew through his nose, scattering the tiny clippings. Sitting down on the sofa in the center of the office, he gave instructions to the muscle standing nearby. Today, Park Tae-sik, the chairman of South Korea's Second largest game company is flying in. I'll go meet the client for a bit. Yes, boss. Have a safe trip. 2 business proposals in 1 week. This is a good run. If life were always like this, it'd be perfect. Ha. If anything happens, call me immediately. Got it? Yes, boss. And those bastards behind on their loan shark interest count every single day. Squeeze it out of them till the end. Understood? Yes, boss. Try acting like your size means something. If you just eat all day, you're parasites. Parasites. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, boss. The men bowed deeply. There are limits to what you can skim, but trying to skim interest? If you're going to steal, go pull garlic out of a leper's nostrils instead. You idiots. In my dictionary, there is no such thing as late interest or interest reduction. We'll work even harder, boss. As Malko left the office, the muscle lined up once more and snapped to attention, bowing again. A traditional Chinese Yozhong-style restaurant near Dandong came into view. A high-end establishment proud of its history and tradition. Decorated in classic Chinese style. Park Tae-sik, chairman of the Eldorado Game Company, now in his middle years, sat facing Malko, the Korean Chinese underworld middle boss. They were waiting to meet someone. Well now, Chairman Park, your business losses are piling up, aren't they? Oh, don't even get me started. Brother Malko, how's your business these days? I get by, but juggling 2 sides isn't easy either. True. In this world, trust is a brutal form of currency. Wait a bit, he'll be here soon. He's young, but don't even hint at looking down on him. Just stroke his ego gently. Even guys like him are human, show respect and they respond. Well, I'm the one asking for help, so of course. A man in a black suit quietly entered through the restaurant entrance. Guided by a hostess, he walked into the dim interior. His hair was neatly parted in a precise 2-8 style. Slim build, clean appearance. The Black Assassin had arrived. The man known as the Black Assassin. Affiliated with Unit 121 of North Korea's General Political Bureau. A hacker of exceptional skill, he took part in operations where both money and airtight security were required. If it brings in foreign currency and helps the North, there's nothing I won't do. The reason I like this guy, Malko said with a grin, is that someone this rare, almost legendary, keeps time perfectly. A man who respects time is a man with credit. Then Malko made the introductions. This is Chairman Park, who runs one of the biggest game companies in South Korea. And this gentleman here is the Black Assassin. His hacking resume is no joke. Pleased to meet you, Black Assassin. Likewise, Chairman Park. Malko quickly stepped in with a warning. Yeah, that's how we address people in this business. No digging into personal details. Privacy is everything. Of course. I wouldn't dare. There are lines you don't cross in this world. No questions, no explanations. Yes. I understand. Just trust me and follow my lead. Yes, Brother Malko. Park Tasik lifted the corners of his mouth as he looked at the Black Assassin. Running a business myself, I've come to greatly admire Brother Malko. Sharp instincts, excellent client management. I learn a lot just watching him. I heard your family roots are in Wanghe province? Sorry, Wan. Not my birthplace, my father's hometown. They say it's changed a lot. Zhengbang Fortress, tourism income, it's doing all right. I've heard it was once a fairly large city, with good transportation links. My hometown is Gapong County, not far from there. Meeting someone close to my father's hometown makes me feel reassured. I'll serve you with sincerity. Malko half rose, half sat, interrupting casually. All right, you two talk business. I'll step out for a moment. Chairman Park, come see me when you're done. Yes, brother. Park nodded repeatedly. Malko's role as a discreet broker was more lucrative than it looked. At times he ran errands for South Korea, at others, for North Korean intelligence. The double agent role was dangerous. But it kept his men fed and his operations alive. Occasional success fees helped expand his businesses. I hear you're particularly devoted to the North? The Black Assassin asked, eyes sharp as a blade. Lean build. Piercing gaze. Well, you could say I'm close to the people up north. My father's roots are there. Then that closeness carries more weight. Help us out. Just completely cripple one game company. One company only? Blue Chip. They're number one in the industry. If you can shut them down for a while, hit their operations hard, can you do it? That depends on the setup. It's not especially difficult. Not difficult? So there's a way? Yes. It will take time, but we'll proceed as quickly as possible. Relief washed over Park's face. He smiled broadly. I heard you attended Gyeomsong Middle School. And graduated from Kim Il-sung University? Yes. Impressive. That's the elite track. No, I was just lucky. Modest. With that background, of course he made it to an elite university. Park cautiously pressed further. I read faces a bit. You have excellent physiognomy. The party will use you well. Me? Slightly upturned eyes, fast rise, bold spirit, strong drive. A fast rise? Whether in the north or the south, hunger for power and status was universal. One thing to watch out for when emotions flare. Chant patience 3 times. Endure, and nothing will go wrong. I do have a temper. That's uncanny. You dislike bowing your head to others. How did you know? You may find yourself cornered. Watch that, and everything will flow smoothly. Thank you. I'll remember. Showing consideration like this builds trust. I need him on my side. If there's reference material you need, provide it. If you handle this well, you'll be well rewarded. 70% upfront. Upfront? Thorough, as expected. I'd like to treat a man from my father's region generously. But higher-ups set the rules. Taking down one company is like eating rice cake while lying down. You can trust me. Good. I like that. This is the latest laptop. Top-tier specs. And this external drive contains our entire gamer membership database. That's not nearly enough data. That's why I also brought massive customer lists from big retail chains and banks. With personal data included, it'll be more than sufficient. The target was? Blue chip. They're number 1 right now. They employ top Korean hackers and keep blocking us. We need them dealt with. You want us to counter their hackers. You're far superior, that's why we're asking. Help us take first place. I already received a call. A call? From whom? From Osaka. That person contacted our superiors. That person? I don't know who you mean. He said you'd recognize him, your Japanese handler. So it was Black Snake. Even Japan is monitoring this. Oh yes. I met him in Japan. Meals, drinks. A respected mentor. Please assist us. Of course. I'll help soon. The Black Assassin smiled coolly. This is the down payment. He opened the black 007 briefcase Park had brought. Inside bundles of crisp cash. Cash is always best. No tracking. No evidence. Everyone wins. Thank you. Park Tae-sik laughed heartily, already tasting victory. In a quiet alley of the border city Dandong, inside a 4-story building. The Black Assassin entered what looked like a North Korean restaurant, but the 4th floor was a hacking hub. Young operatives sat at computers, setting up attack tools. Latest hardware. High-speed networks. Tight organization. All traffic was routed through China's fiber optic network to erase traces. Blue chip industry leader. At the customer service desk, an employee screamed. What the hell? The system's dead. The servers just stopped. Antivirus is useless. Panic spread. Cybercrime investigators arrived along with agents from South Korea's intelligence service. Agent Lee Ho-jin's eyes flashed. This reeks of steganography. Episode 26. The Black Assassin. A North Korean hacker enters the money game. What did you think? Today's story expanded into an entirely new world: the fierce competition in the gaming industry and the hidden reality of North Korean hacker organizations. In Gangnam, Seoul, El Dorado faces crisis. 40% of users have fled to Bluechip, and their new release, Blood Tank, has failed. Chairman Park Tae-sik plays his final card. DDoS attack to paralyze his competitors' servers. He travels to Dandong, China. Malko, the ethnic Korean crime boss, introduced in episode 25, acts as intermediary. A double agent moving between South and North, Malko has received 2 business proposals this week. A loan first from the black agent, now from Park Tae-sik. Dangerous work, but highly profitable. At a Dandong restaurant, Park meets Black assassin, an elite hacker from North Korea's Political Bureau Unit 121. A prodigy who attended Gyeomsong Middle School and Kim Il-sung University. He's a cold professional willing to do anything for foreign currency. A crucial revelation: Black assassin received a call from Japan. The Japanese handler, Black Snake, already knew about Park's movements. Black Snake, who sent the dream of Poppies image to Park in episode 25, is orchestrating everything behind the scenes. Park hands over a laptop, gaming membership lists, and massive customer databases from major retailers and banks, a stark example of personal information leakage. Black assassin demands 70% upfront. Park provides a black briefcase filled with untraceable cash. In a remote Dandong alley, a 4-story building appears to be a North Korean restaurant, but the 4th floor is a hacking base. Young operatives sit before computers, setting up attack tools. With state-of-the-art equipment and high-speed networks, all communications are routed through Chinese fiber optic cables to hide traces. The attack begins. Bluechip's servers crash. Antivirus software is neutralized. The Cyber Investigation Unit and NIS agent Lee Ho-jin are deployed. He recognizes it immediately. This reeks of steganography. The steganography from episode 25 has returned. This episode is based on Scorpio, the original screenplay that advanced to the finals of the second Proud Korean Scenario competition. Please look forward to episode 27. Will Black Assassin's hacking continue? Can Agent Lee Ho-jin trace the source? What is Black Snake's true objective? Can the NIS stop the North Korean hacker organization? Your subscriptions, likes, and comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you for joining us on Beauty Spy War. See you in the next episode.